Hi, Randy Cheramie with you once again to do one of those cooking techniques that, much like steaming, is usually associated with no taste, and they couldn't be more wrong. Today's recipe is a poached chicken breast with a Tarragon cream sauce. Now, I'm not a big fan of boneless, skinless chicken breast, except in this instance, because this is going to have a lot of flavor. I mean, a boneless, skinless chicken breast it's hardly a protein as far as I'm concerned, because there's very little fat in it, not much taste, but boy, does it come out here. It really does, and I think you'll find that out too once you try it. So the first thing we're going to do is that our poaching pan, a little 8-inch pan, we're only doing one breast. We're going to go ahead and take a little butter, a pinch of butter, and I'm going to just smear it over the bottom of the pan. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a few shallots on the bottom to cover the bottom of the pan. Shallots give an onion taste, but also they have a slightly garlicky taste. Probably take 2 strands of tarragon here. Be easy to take out later. And then I'm going to go ahead and salt. My chicken breast here. We're going to use a little red pepper here. You got to be very careful with this. It's much hotter than black pepper. And but the reason why I'm using it is for more or less aesthetic purposes than anything else. The chicken breast, once it's poached, is going to be very pale in color, right? I don't want a stark black and on white contrast that black pepper would do. This is more pleasing to the eye. And as chefs, we always think about that. Aesthetics. What makes it more appealing, yeah? So we go ahead and do the other side. Hot stuff. You got to be careful with that, all right? We're going to lay our, this is the service side. This is the skin towards the bone side. We always do service side up, okay? So, like this. We put it right here. And I'm going to top it with some warm stock. This stock's about at 190 degrees. I'm going to put it on a low fire. Then I need to make a collage for it. What's a collage? Well, I'm going to show you. Let me get rid of these. Okay, so this is a half piece of parchment paper, right? Everybody can see that, okay? So come in close and let them see this. I'm going to fold it in half. This is the focal point. I'm going to fold it in half again. That's still the focal point. I'm going to still fold it in half again on the focal point. And then again on the focal point. Maybe again. I'm going to put the point in approximately the middle of the pan. And I can see, okay. Ta-da! Collage, a round collage. Where does it go? Right on top of the chicken. Why, chef? Why, chef? Why are you making us do this, chef? Well, I'll tell you why. As the chicken poaches, it might swell up a little bit, right? If it does that, it's going to come above the water line, and if it does that, it's going to dry out. I don't want that to happen, all right? So this is how we do this, and I'm just waiting for it to come to a, so I see a little simmer, which I'm almost there. We would usually serve this if you do it in class. serve it with rice pilaf and sauteed mushrooms, which is what you're going to do. So there it is. It's starting to bubble a bit. And we're going to throw it in a 325 degree oven, and it'll be in there about 8 minutes. So we'll come right back. Part 2 of our poached chicken. We just took it out the oven. It was in there about 8 to 10 minutes. I'm going to get rid of the collage. I'm going to get rid of, take the chicken out. And watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of dry it off a bit. Put it here. And leave it there to keep it warm. Meanwhile, I'll be careful with the handle. It just came out of the go ahead and strain that. Any particulates that are left in the pan, you want to get out of it because you want to have a really smooth sauce, right? We're going to take this, and for filming purposes, I'm not going to put it all in. I just want to go ahead and reduce this a little bit. Get that going. In the meantime, I'll get another fire going here, and I'll put in a little smidge of butter. This is going nicely. You'll get a little, another little lesson in saute here. This is some quartered mushrooms, a little bit of salt. If you want to put pepper, that's fine. I'm going to saute these. So, we're going to again, for the time purposes, we'll go ahead and add a little cream to this. Doesn't take a lot of cream. And you just enriching that by a whole lot, right? Why? Because cream is anywhere between 36 and 40% milk fat. We'll throw in some chopped tarragon. Now I've really enforced the tarragon flavor. And now I'm going to whisk in what we call a beurre manier, because I want this to get to a certain thickness, yeah? And I want it to get to a thickness that will coat the back of a spoon. I don't want it to be gloopy though. Beurre manier is simply 1 quart butter and 1 quart flour, like a tablespoon of flour, tablespoon of butter, and you mix it together dry. So I'm looking at my sauce. My sauce looks kind of righteous. And look at this. See that? That's what we mean by coats the back of a spoon. That's what we call nappe consistency. And just for good measure, we're going to throw in a little piece of butter. Why? Because it's always better with butter, guys. Alright? Let me tell you something. This is one fine sauce. Beautiful. Let me taste it. That's good to go. Mushrooms are too. You even have a little color on them. Set that right there. I'm gonna go get a plate real quick. Get my hot chicken breast just off center. Sauce it. Look at that sauce, baby. Beautiful sauce. I know you're proud of your sauce, but you don't have to use it all, okay? Mushrooms go right there. Turn off all the fires. And I'll probably take some chives and just that's it. This is poached chicken with a Tarragon cream sauce and with some sauteed quartered mushrooms. Now if it's done right, I should be able to cut this with a spoon.